I looked at a bunch of influencers who talk about Korean skincare a lot and tried out some of the products I saw being recommended over and over. Hi, it's Michelle of Lab Muffin Beauty Science, Chemistry PhD, Cosmetic Chemist, and person with skin. Korean skincare is obviously huge right now. There are so many products. Where do you start? Well, the internet? I looked at a bunch of influencers who talk about Korean skincare a lot and tried out some of the products I saw being recommended over and over. All of these are available in Style Korean, today's video sponsor. Here's what I thought. Cosrx Advanced Snail 96 Mucin Power Essence is probably the first product I think of when I think Korean skincare. So many people in skincare talk about this and the other Snail products from Cosrx as well. Jude from 50 Shades of Snail has been on this Snail Essence train since 2015, and I think a lot of that Reddit hype was actually from her. Even now this pops up on her Instagram at least once a month. James Welsh also always talks about Cosrx Snail products in his favorites. So this is just a really solid product that captures a lot of the reasons that people tend to gravitate towards Korean skincare. First off, there's this focus on hydration. So East Asian skin tends to be a bit more easily disturbed in terms of its skin barrier, and there's a lot of aircon in East Asian countries, and so that is a really good recipe for dehydrated skin. East Asian skincare routines also tend to have a few more steps, and so there's a lot of products that can deliver this massive punch of hydration while staying really lightweight and being really good to layer with other products. The products are also usually pretty budget friendly, and there is sometimes an exotic appeal, which is definitely the case with Snail. The main ingredient in this is obviously Snail Mucin, which is also called Snail Secretion Filtrate. So the logic behind Snail Essence is this goop is protecting their belly, which I know is technically called a foot, but it feels wrong to call it a foot. Let's steal this goop from the snails and slap it on our skin. The most obvious thing that this immediately does is hydrate the crap out of your skin. Hydration is really the main thing behind that glowy glass skin look, and I think that's why this product just keeps going viral. It's just really nice instant gratification. The reason it's so good at hydrating is that Snail Essence has a really complex mix of long-chain sugary molecules called GLYCOSAMINOGLYCANS and PROTEOGLYCANS. Subscribe to my channel to hear me pronounce long science words. And these are what gives it that really stringy texture as well as that super hydrating effect. They're really good at holding onto water and acting as a humectant moisturizer. Aside from hydration, this product is also really known for brightening skin tone, helping with breakouts and irritation, and there's some talk of it being good for anti-aging and wrinkles as well. It's hard to pin any of this down to like a single substance in the Snail Essence, but it does contain a lot of antioxidants, peptides, antimicrobial compounds, and even some glycolic acid. Cosrx have also added some extra ingredients that also add to this super hydrating and soothing effect. I found that on my skin, this is just amazing for really hardcore hydration with a side of soothing. It's a very versatile product. You can apply a thick layer and even then it isn't really sticky, it's more just hydrated and tacky. You can mix a little bit with water for a more thin toner-like application. You can mix it in with a moisturizer, and it works really well for hydrating your skin just before putting on makeup without leaving like a layer that might interfere with later products. From my understanding, the process of extracting the mucin for Cosrx products doesn't hurt the snails. They crawl over textured material that collects the mucin in a dark room, and apparently the highest quality mucin is collected when the snails aren't stressed. Snail is a natural extract, which means there is a lot of variation, and that includes the fact that the percentage won't tell you that much. You're going to have different amounts of the actual compounds within each extract. So if you're looking to try out a Snail product, I would recommend ignoring things like so-called dupes and percentages and really just focus on looking at reviews of individual products. Also, because it's a natural extract, there can be allergens in it, and there are cross-reactivities between snail and dust mites and shellfish. Some people get closed comedones, which are these small clogged pores that look like flesh-colored bumps. But in general, this is a super popular product that works really well for a lot of people, and I think this is a great first product if you're just starting out with Korean skincare. The next product is the Pyunkang Yul Essence Toner. I first heard about this brand from Gothamista, who is like YouTube skincare godmother. Their products are really minimalist, they focus on using plant extracts, and they're really designed for people with sensitive skin. To be honest, I've kind of been putting off testing out this brand because I assumed they were really expensive. I just thought these ingredients don't really have a lot of independent verification. I'm going to have to dedicate a lot of time to testing them out really thoroughly on my skin to make sure I'm comfortable recommending something really expensive. And then I found out that they're actually super budget friendly. They just have nice packaging that looks expensive. This essence toner is probably their most popular product. Just from the packaging, I assume this would be around the $50 mark. It's kind of hard to say because Style Korean are always having different sales, but right now this smaller bottle is $5.50 USD. This has astragalus root extract as the main ingredient. It's a herb that's used in Eastern medicine. There isn't a lot of evidence for what it does on skin, but most plant extracts have some level of humectants which will hydrate, and antioxidants that can soothe skin and soak up free radicals. This specific extract also has betaine, which is soothing and hydrating, as well as minerals. The texture of this is like a thick, cushiony water that's slightly slippery. It absorbs really quickly, it's weightless, and it doesn't feel tacky at all. On my skin, I found that this was really soothing and refreshing, but I wouldn't say it's really hydrating compared to other Korean products. I was actually quite disappointed in how much this kept my skin hydrated throughout the day. It just went away pretty quickly. It is still a lot more hydrating than most Western toners though. So I think it's really what you're looking for. If you have really dehydrated skin and you want just one hardcore hydrating product in your routine that keeps your skin plump all day, then this is not it. But if you want something lightweight and soothing and your skin isn't super thirsty, if you want a hydrating toner for summer, or if you use lots of layers of hydration, if you're using like the 7 skins method, then this is great. The Round Lab Birch Juice Moisturizing Sun Cream has been hyped up so much. It was on both Sue Beauty and Uni Uni's top list of 2021. I've seen it from Bonnie Garner of Beauty Alley, who does these really comprehensive sunscreen roundups. Sugar Peaches loves Alice in the Rabbit Hole. This is also a sunscreen that's popular with Korean customers, and the tube actually has almost no English on it, so this is like the hipster Korean sunscreen. This is another one of those chemical Kolmar sunscreens that has the same core formula. They've been super popular over the last couple of years, and each one just has very slight variations on a theme. If you've been watching my videos, you'll know that this family of Kolmar chemical sunscreens has been top of my list for a while. They just work really well on my skin. They feel sort of like a cream gel moisturizer going on. They're really hydrating. They also just feel like they stay on your skin pretty well. They are SPF 50 PA4+, which is as high as the rating system goes in Korea. They don't leave a white cast unless you have relatively dark skin, and that white cast probably comes from the MBBT UV filter, which is a chemical sunscreen, but it's in little particles. These do leave a little bit of a shiny finish, so some people find them quite greasy, but for me, the film is just really light and it falls on the glowy side of like the glowy / greasy dichotomy. I think part of that is also just that they hydrate my skin really well, which makes my oil just feel lighter, and my skin ends up looking better rather than just kind of gross. Where this falls on the range, I found that this was slightly heavier and richer than the Beauty of Joseon sunscreen, so I think this is more suitable if your skin is drier or if it's slightly drier weather. I found this a bit more hydrating than the Isntree one, and it feels a little bit lighter. The actives in this are birch juice, which is meant to be purifying, baobab extract and hyaluronic acid, which are hydrating, allantoin, which is soothing, and also the niacinamide and adenosine, which is standard in all the chemical sunscreens in this kind of family. Having all these very similar Kolmar sunscreens, I've seen Adil Manod say that it's boring, and I do kind of agree, but at the same time, it is also really nice to just have all these variations on my favorite formula. If you don't like this formula, or if you're allergic to one of the components, then this is probably much less of a good time for you, but this channel is about me. The Mixsoon Bean Essence is another product that I heard about from Sue Beauty. She uses this as a hydrating essence. She's raved about it so much that I got it and started using it just off her recommendation. And then after I'd been using it for a few weeks, I looked at the product page and came across a video by Beauty Within, and I found out that you can also use it as an exfoliant, sort of like a peeling gel. You can like massage it on your skin and get skin off, which I was not expecting. This was actually the top voted multifunctional product of 2021 on Glowpic, which is a Korean beauty app. This has 4 fermented ingredients: bean, pomegranate, barley, and pear. That fermented soybean explains the texture. It's really gooey and stringy, and it's a lot like snail essence. If you've seen natto, which is like edible Japanese soybeans, you'll know that stringiness. And like the snail essence, this texture comes from long-chain hydrating molecules that form a sort of net over your skin that sticks to water. I'm not 100% sure what the specific compound is, but it should be similar to natto, which has polyglutamic acid. The pomegranate extract is a natural source of alpha hydroxy acids, which provides some of this exfoliating effect. The other extracts also have antioxidants, vitamins, the standard plant extract benefits. There are a bunch of clinical studies on this where it smoothed out texture, helped with blackheads, and also reduced skin oil. From the texture, you would expect this to be like really sticky, but it isn't. It feels really nice and hydrating on the skin, and it seems to settle down really quickly. I was really impressed by the hydrating abilities of this. I did sort of feel that hydrating net even the next day after I woke up. For exfoliating, which was the bit I was most interested in because I love peeling gels, you prep your skin with warm water, pump out some of the product, and just start massaging in circles. Then after about a minute, you start to feel these little sand-like grains on your skin. Of course, I wasn't entirely satisfied with that, so I pumped out more product and then massaged it even more, and at about 2 minutes there were probably about maybe 50 little grains, and these are like a little bit smaller than really fine sand. It is really satisfying once that starts happening. It happens a lot slower than with a peeling gel, which is pretty immediate. There's also a lot less grains, and I collected some of these and looked at them under a microscope, and they looked really white, so I'm thinking most of it is actually something in the product bunching up. It does make my skin feel super smooth and soft afterwards, more so than with a peeling gel, and I'm not sure if it's because it is exfoliating more, or if it's just that I've been massaging this hydrating essence into my skin for 3 minutes. I do wonder if there are a lot of other products on the market that you can do this with and they just don't promote themselves that way, but I did try it with the snail essence as well, and I got a few tiny grains after about 3 minutes of rubbing. And by that point, my skin was feeling really sore and irritated because it is a lot stickier and yeah, you're just dragging your skin around. So I do think this essence is like the perfect texture for this. Onto some Beauty of Joseon products. I've talked so much about the Beauty of Joseon sunscreen, but they have a whole line of other products as well. I did give their serums a bit of a try a while ago, but my pigment and breakouts haven't been that much of an issue, so those products didn't give me that much benefits because they didn't target my skin concerns. I have seen tons of raves about them though. The products I tried for this video are the Dynasty cream and their eye serum. With the Dynasty cream, my main influencer here was Kelly Driscoll. She did a video on her top Beauty of Joseon products and this was in it. She's been using this since 2015. This was Beauty of Joseon's first product and it's been through a few reformulations since then. It comes in some really nice luxe packaging, so here is an unboxing video. This has a really nice gel cream texture that is a little bit on the heavier side for a gel. Going on, it's really lightweight and hydrating and not at all greasy. I found that this is really good for prepping my skin under makeup and I'm actually wearing it under my makeup now. But for my dry skin in winter, I found that I can just use a bit more and it still works really well. It features rice bran, ginseng and niacinamide, which are all great for hydrating skin. There's also some smoothing and brightening effects as well. There are some really light oils in there as well, like squalane and hydrogenated polydecene, which is sort of similar to mineral oil. It also doesn't have any fragrance, which is a bit unusual for a cream in a jar with such sort of luxury packaging. So if you're looking for a lightweight hydrating moisturizer, especially one that is fragrance-free, then this might be a really good option. I first came across this product, which is the Beauty of Joseon Revive Eye Serum Ginseng and Retinal, through Alice in the Rabbit Hole. She reviews a lot of Korean skincare and Beauty of Joseon was actually her favorite brand of 2021 and this was her favorite product. After I started trying this out, I also saw like a whole flood of reviews come out, including from Dr. Dre, Cassandra Bankson, James Welch, so maybe there is this sort of artificial marketing push, but I can't really be mad at it. Beauty of Joseon have been around for so long and their products are really nice. They have worked hard for their time in the spotlight. I'm a little bit hesitant when I'm trying out eye creams because I wear Ortho-K contact lenses at night and sometimes I'll have to get out of bed and readjust them. So having greasy stuff around my eyes can really be annoying for that. It's like kind of lose grip on the eyelid. But I was really excited about trying this one out because of the ingredients. Ginseng is their star ingredient here. They say they included it because it's been shown to target wrinkles. It is really popular in Korean skincare. There's also retinal with an A, and this is a stronger form of vitamin A that converts to retinoic acid, tretinoin, in just one step. And so it is as close to tretinoin as you can get in a cosmetic product. So it is one step closer than retinol with an O. Vitamin A derivatives, retinoids, are like the gold standard ingredients in skincare, and retinal with an A has been making its way into a lot of skincare products. Retinal is usually encapsulated in products, and this improves the stability of it. This is really good because retinoids are kind of notoriously unstable. There was one study that looked at how much retinol was left in a bunch of different products, and after 6 months, one of them had degraded by 80%. Encapsulation also means that the retinol gets very gradually released onto the skin. You don't just get one massive flood at the start, and so that usually gives you less irritation, but you can still get similar overall results. Sometimes I have a little bit of doubt about some forms of encapsulation. I'm not sure it's actually releasing all of the retinoid out of the capsule, but I don't think it's a problem for the main form on the market, which is cyclodextrin, or what's used in this, which is liposomes. The retinal is at 0.02%, which I think is like a nice low to medium intensity. This is one of the most inexpensive retinal products I've seen, and of course, you don't have to just use it around your eyes. On the Beauty of Joseon website, they actually recommend that you can use it on the rest of your face and on other parts of your body too. So if you're looking for like a general retinal product to try, this one is a really good option. You might want to look out for irritation though. I saw Kelly Driscoll mention that she got some irritation on her eyelid with this, which isn't that surprising because strong retinoids do tend to make you go a bit flaky and go through this sort of adjustment period as your skin kind of rebuilds itself. I have a video on how to get through that process with minimal irritation, so if this is going to be your first retinoid product, I highly recommend using some of those strategies. So this was a really good batch of products. I think I might have kind of put my thumb on the scales because I do know what I'm looking for in products, and every time I was looking for a new recommendation, I had like a mental checklist of what I like, and I was comparing that with what people were saying in their reviews. I think that's a good strategy in general when you're looking at reviews of products. Just make sure you remember your actual needs and don't just get swept along by hype. I think the least successful product was this Essence toner, and that's just because it doesn't really suit my style of routine as much, and even then, I'm pretty sure I'll be using this in hot weather when I get that sort of prickly heat feeling. I hope you enjoyed chatting skincare with me. Let me know what your experiences were like with these products. Don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe to tell the YouTube algorithm that you want to see more of this type of content.